Where we posted every Friday. See them corn emojis, then you know a nigga wildin'. Jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides. So
let's get into some updates. That's like my favorite type of segments on people's podcasts is when they like go back and look at old stories. So I was like, let's look at some stuff that we touched on.
This is gonna be some sad shit, Naj. This isn't gonna be happy.
I mean,
this is crazy stuff, right?
I mean,
here.
It's updates though. I feel like when people just talk about cases and then they just like never hit them again, it's kind of like, like, so bro, what happened? I want to know what happened. Yeah, like, shoot, I wanted to know. So I'm hoping somebody out there wanted to know what happened. So one case that we spoke about on a podcast was about a woman from the Food Network. I don't know if y'all remember that one. She was on the Food Network and she won some type of show. And she was adopting some children. And one of the kids passed away due to abuse. And she ended up getting arrested.
Well.
What?
I said that never goes over well.
Yeah, no. But here we finally have an update. I'm going to put all of the videos that we're talking about in the info cards, so y'all know. But here. Do you remember her?
I definitely do.
Because she was doing like little videos, like hair tutorials. Like she was on Instagram and shit trying to make it seem like she was a good parent. And like behind closed doors, she was beating on these kids. But she was really beating on her the worst.
So damn sad.
Accused of killing their foster child appeared in court today.
Their appearance comes weeks before the trial. Taggart Houck was inside for that hearing. Taggart joins us live now outside of the Greenville County Courthouse with more on Taggart.
Jane and Nadja, yet today the state and defense essentially discussing which aspects of this trial should be admissible. We talk about the evidence here, but we have learned that the two charged here were working to officially adopt that child.
Austin and Ariel Robinson in court this morning ahead of the May trial for Tori Smith, the 3-year-old who died in January of 2021 after internal bleeding, specifically in
It's been that long? Oh my God. She been in jail that whole time. Good.
her legs.
You heard they pleading to aiding and abetting homicide by child abuse.
He said he was outside the morning of January 14th when he heard the 3-year-old screaming inside and said Ariel beat her with a belt.
So you saw the bruising? What did you say, if anything, to Ariel Robinson when you walked in?
I just told her that it won't have been too far. That going too far this time.
Facing a minimum of 10 to 20 years, the judge ruled he can continue to stay out on bond under strict conditions until sentencing. For Ariel, the state defense focused on whether police body cam video that day and the day after should be entered as evidence. The prosecution said Ariel willingly told her version of events to first responders. At one point, they say, blaming the bruising on her 7-year-old son.
You can hear what I would say is an excited utterance on the body cam where...
So the other kids were hit too. Like, all of them were hit on.
That's low. And then you're going to blame it on the kid.
I don't know if you remember, but when we first like brought it up, they were riding in a car. There was a video of them riding in the car, and one of the kids would like hit the little girl and stuff and like be mean to her and like, I don't know, it's just fucked up. This shit's just fucked up.
That one paramedic says all this bruising is from the brother, and then this defendant is calmly leaned into Tori's bedroom saying that's from her brother. He hits her, he kicks her, he's violent.
The defense said that shouldn't be admissible since she wasn't read her rights beforehand.
She is present in her house with 8 to 10 law enforcement officers, numerous other first responders. Everyone is wearing a gun and a badge.
Rights.
She asked to leave numerous times, and she is told that she can't.
Ultimately, the judge saying she'd likely make a decision on the video next week.
The judge also deciding today.
So you know that video is about to come out, right?
Yeah, literally, it's next week right now.
That shit about to come out.
7 days. It's been 8 days now. Honestly, even if
legit was responsible for all that. Like, they're claiming that, oh, it was just the kid just beat her to the point where it was just over. Like, bro, you were supposed to prevent that.
Right.
You're the parent.
You're the parent.
You're still going to jail.
You're supposed to be setting the standard of how things are done in the house.
They are about to fry their ass.
Yeah.
And you adopted a Caucasian baby as a black family, and that Caucasian baby's dead.
Like, what are y'all doing? I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I'm on this news station.
That was not it. Nah, it's literally...
Because they did say, but now they're saying 4 days ago. Yeah, this shit's probably not on there. I guess you're right. It's not yet. Not quite yet.
I locked their ass up and threw away the key.
I want to see that body cam. Hey, I want to see that body cam, bro. Because that's fucked up. You just gonna, as a mom, you're just gonna throw your son in jail?
Your real son, too.
Your blood son. You'll throw him in jail.
Not saying that somebody should like
no, seriously though, but you were down to do that shit.
Adopted kids, but like
she was down to do that shit.
Obviously, you didn't like your adopted kid, but obviously you don't give a fuck about your real kid.
You just don't like kids. Period. You just want that check. Horrible. I hope that they get what they deserve.
That's what it was.
Yep.
I remember it was after the check. Wow. Rest in peace, man. That's so sad.
Rest in peace. So we're going to get on to the Young Thug's baby mama case. There's actually an update in that people finally got arrested. So it is good news, technically.
Shot and killed outside an Atlanta bowling alley.
The suspect, one of nearly 60 fugitives arrested in Atlanta over the last month. That's according to Atlanta police. And nearly a quarter of them accused in murder cases.
Damn.
Tracy and McPeer live at police headquarters right now. And Tracy, these arrests
locked up from bro. If they
to
did that in Jacksonville,
they'd be done.
There would be no more
That's
music
right.
to
And
be made.
Lakeivia Jackson's family told me this afternoon that they had no idea that a second person had been arrested in her death until 11 Alive broke the news to them. They say that, now they feel like justice is finally being served.
We can't sleep. All we see is that same scene of my sister laying there, breathless.
Yaisha Jackson was at the bowling alley with her sister
Oh my
Lakeivia
God.
on March 17th when an argument over a ball turned into a fight outside, and Lakeivia was
I
killed.
don't think that was about no
We waited for some women with kids. They laughed, she laughed. They laughed at us when they drove off in the car still shooting. They laughed while my sister was on.
Bruh. They were laughing while she was dying on the floor.
That's some real low vibrational shit.
Definitely.
Right there, bro.
Yeah, she laughed. They laughed at us when they drove off in the car still shooting. They laughed while my sister was on that ground.
Within a matter of days, Atlanta police arrested Joshua Fleetwood. But it was only just yesterday that a second suspect, Imani Spears, was taken into custody.
She was down with it. She was in that door with him. She was the main reason why all this started.
I knew that it was more than one person involved. So I just wanted justice any way they can get it.
The arrest was one of dozens Atlanta police highlighted today as part of the city's effort over the last 4 weeks to get fugitives off the streets. That includes a third suspect now arrested in connection to a Beltline shooting where Thomas Arnold was killed.
What do these
and two juveniles who were wanted for the shooting death of 16-year-old Joshua Adentunji.
So y'all just need to get it together where y'all at.
Nah, they're getting it together. They're locking everybody the fuck up in Atlanta, bro. If you caught a body in Atlanta,
Nature Boy getting locked up, everybody getting locked up in Georgia.
Atlanta said they tired of playing them fucking games.
GBI gonna get your ass, all of them.
You know how I feel about the GBI, bro. I forgot what case. Somebody
this
was talking
one, the one we're about to talk about now.
Case. I was
GBI.
Like, damn, GBI is
Then
not
GBI
fucking.
comes in. What are their names? They scare the fuck out of me. They look fucking scary. They look like demented Santa Claus. The father and son duo that freaking rode in their pickup truck.
Are you talking about the McMichaels?
McMichaels. That's their last
them. I was
name.
talking about somebody else.
McMichaels.
Where it was like, the GBI is definitely going to solve that. But it'll come to me.
Well, we're going to get on to the last update is the Gabby Petito case. Straight out of Florida. You already know. Awesome turn of events. Even though, unfortunately, both parties died, right? Nobody went to jail. Nobody got held accountable. But the parents are about to sue Brian Laundrie's parents.
Hell yeah. I'll take everything they fucking got, bro. I want their house, their dog.
Oh, and they got yatted. They got tats for Gabby.
Tats.
Look, they just showing their tats. Banging real good.
That's pretty fire.
Of the young woman who lives such a colorful life are trying to avenge her death by putting in black and white the horrible details of what they went through.
The allegations contained within the four corners of this complaint are salacious.
In arguing that the Laundries, quote, knew they could alleviate, at least in part, such mental suffering and anguish, the Petitos said they believed that on August 28th, Laundrie, while still in Wyoming, advised his parents he had murdered Gabby. But as the lawsuit points out, for several weeks, the Laundries not only refused to talk to the Petitos, they put out statements saying they hope she could be found alive.
If they did what is alleged in the four corners of this complaint, the Laundrie family acted with indecency. They acted not as humans. This girl was part of their family.
Right. The Laundries were accused for weeks by protesters of not being forthcoming. Police in Northport said they'd not gotten cooperation as to whether they knew anything about where Gabby was. But the Laundries did tell police Brian had not returned from the reserve where he was eventually found dead. But the new lawsuit alleges the Laundries had been making arrangements for Brian to leave the country. Their family attorney denied the allegations.
If that's true, that's
they
so
need to lock
fucked
their ass up.
If that's
aiding
true,
and abetting.
Yep. If that is true, they need to be locked up.
I'm telling you, bro.
Saying the lawsuit does not change the fact that the Laundries had no obligation to speak to law enforcement or any third party, including the Petito family. This fundamental legal principle renders the Petitos' claim to be baseless under the law.
We have a legal system where people are punished civilly for not cooperating with criminal investigations.
The lawsuit does not say how the Petitos learned of the facts they allege, but they did have several meetings with investigators, including at the Tampa FBI office after the investigation was closed. The Petito family attorney said there were multiple conversations between Brian, his parents, and the lawyer before.
I don't know what type of technology the FBI got, but it seems like they know real good, and they have real good evidence that they have them conversations. Because they talking about right when the case was closed, they went to the FBI office in Tampa and got all this information.
Right. Sketch.
Yeah.
And remember the last time we talked about this, we wanted to know what was in the journal or the notebook that Brian left behind. Lo and behold, it was a confession that he did it.
And they knew.
He was like, Brian, I did it.
Fucking time, bro.
It would be, I just want to know if they even have a case. Like, can they even really sue?
Yes.
Like, I want the best for them, for sure. They deserve it because
they can sue for
that family was
sue
sketch.
for pain and suffering.
Yep.
They literally could have.
They could have just do that, right?
They could have just told
and
the
win
truth.
off
Because
rip.
if they can prove that they knew that girl was dead, which it seems like they can.
I feel like they have some. I feel like they got some tea we don't know about.
I feel like
the public doesn't know about
conversations.
I feel like they got tea that the public does not know about, and they feel very confident because you're right. Message. They could just get him for emotional distress.
Yeah, bro. You knew my daughter was dead,
and you didn't tell me, and you let me.
You had me looking, and then you even said you hope that I find her alive, and you knew she was dead. Oh yeah, bro. You were the fucking person that knew. You were the only person that knew. That's how the universe worked in that scenario. You ain't even tell me, dog.
And then they left her in your care. Like, she married into your family.
Right. That's your family. Heinous. Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Disgusting.
Y'all should go check out the other podcasts.
Fucking disgusting.
These came from on the way out.
Rest in peace to all these people.
Rest in peace to all these people.
That's crazy.
Beat the fuck up out of people and take their money. But it looks like somebody fought him back. It looked like somebody fought him back and got up with his ass.
It looked like the laws beat his ass, but he looked like Dennis Rodman.
He does look like Dennis Rodman.
So I'm like, I don't even know if Dennis is gay, but Dennis.
That's
is
why I
not
said
straight.
He's fighting his demon, and that demon is bisexuality.
He's something.
Or bi-curiosity. How about that?
I feel like niggas like that, they aliens.
Oh, Dennis Rodman is just a perv. That's his.
He's not gay.
That's his tea. That's his tea.
I don't think he's gay.